correspondent Brad. What's up, Brad?
Hey, I'm headed.
What is the best advice you've ever taken?
I am
And I know
I am
you've had
headed
lots of.
out to the big parade, so I'm gonna have to jump out after this too, guys. But the parade, the championship, Super Bowl, Kansas City Chiefs. I picked up one that I've got to share from Patrick Mahomes because it's just absolutely like this whole season. I've been watching him and learning and watching how he plays and watching how he makes decisions and he sees everything that happens on the field. So one of my favorite things I just found because we were talking about quotes when I scramble, I do those things. I try when I scramble and do those things, I try to look downfield, look for the playmakers, put it in their hands and let them make all the big plays. That is probably my new quote that I'm going forward with today because I've got a lot of the stuff in place to do that, and now it's time to give it to the people and let them run with it. And I had to share this one because this is my funniest one. Working with Michael Gerber, he's 86 years old. And there's something about when you're in those 80s, you get to say whatever you really want to say, and you don't care what the flip anybody thinks about it. And one of my favorite quotes that I always had from him, it's not really one I put into place, but it was a reminder of where I am in my business. And he says, if your business depends on you, you don't own a business, you have a job. And it's the worst job in the world because you're working for a lunatic. That's just my favorite one. But here's the one that I live by. What's the one thing that you can do such that by doing it everything else will be easier and unnecessary? I kind of butchered that a little bit. What's the one thing you can do such that by doing it everything else will be easier or unnecessary? And it that's from The One Thing by Gary Keller. And it's like until my one thing is done, everything else is a distraction. You know, that note that Michael shared, I mean that's genuine. That is where my day is every day. If I can do that and get that kind of reaction, there is nothing else I could do in business today other than hearing how that made one guy, Michael, feel when he got that note. And Tony, you've expressed that too. And not everybody has a note yet because it takes time, but that is my one thing, man. I make sure I hit somebody, and I don't ever know when it's going to be the one that somebody says, man, I really needed that. But I have heard that from several of you on this stage. So that until that one thing is done, adding new people to the database, creating a new relationship, touching that relationship and fostering it versus just cramming it through, everything else is a distraction. So all right, guys, watch for me on TV. I'll be the guy in red on the sideline there.
All right, I hope you're going to be wearing shorts and a t-shirt. By the way, Brad, if you could type some of those in the chat, and you got that, like type your favorite quote in the chat because this room isn't recorded, but maybe people just go back and do a screenshot because I know I can't write as fast as people speak. So for those who've already spoken and for those who are still to speak, write your favorite piece of advice that you've ever taken in the chat so that those that are in the audience and even